You wrestled Larry the Axe Hennig, Curt Hennig, who ended up being Mr. Perfect later on. You wrestled him really early in his career in the WWF.
I remember I only wrestled Larry Hennig one time, and it was me and Jerry Miller, I think we were the Western States Tag Team Champions there in Omaha. And they sent, I think it was Bockwinkel and Larry Hennig, and they came down and they were the champions from AWA. I remember him hitting me so hard he dislocated a rib or something. I had a floating rib for about a month. He was one stiff, mean bastard. Excuse me. But he was mean. Oh, he was mean. But I met him backstage. He was fine, you know. Now, Curt Hennig, on the other hand, was just a great guy. He liked to play jokes like Owen Hart liked to play ribs on people. He was always just a funny, happy-go-lucky guy with so much talent, so much raw talent. I got to wrestle him when he came in before they gave him the Mr. Perfect gimmick. He was just Curt Hennig, and he wrestled against me in a lot of different shows. He was the baby face, I was the heel. He had so much talent, you know. He just oozed with talent. And great guy.
Were you able to teach him some things because you were the veteran at this point and he was a really young guy?
So he was a baby face, I was a heel, of course, and I was probably in my second run up there in WWF, and I worked with him a lot, so I got to lead him around. But I'm telling you, this is another guy who was just like Ricky Steamboat. You know, a couple of years into it, he was polished already. It didn't take him 5 and 6 years like it took me. This guy had great drop kicks. He even had the great drop kicks when he was a heel. He had great timing. He was just, this is what you call, my dad called me a natural, but it took me 5, 6 years to get it done, to be polished. So Curt Hennig was like Steamboat. 1.5, 2 years, he was polished. Ted DiBiase, another guy that I worked with when he first came in, a lot skinnier back then, but he was polished. 2, 3 years, he was ready to go, you know.
Both those guys that you mentioned are second generation, like yourself. Did you see that, like where it was just in them?
Well, I think, yeah, you know, it was in me too, but, you know, why did it take me longer? I don't know. Maybe it didn't take me longer. It just take me longer to get a break because, you know, when Johnny Valentine is still wrestling, they want Johnny Valentine. They don't want Greg Valentine. So, you know, maybe I was already there but didn't know it. I already had the polish but didn't know it. I found it in Florida, but I think second generation gives you a little jump start, you know. I know that years and years of watching my dad, especially the 3-4 months I spent in Texas with him, watching him and studying him and then film and everything. So, yeah, you know, so we have the edge.